Welcome to our P.D training video on report generation. So you should be able to use any of the plan files from our other walkthroughs to complete this walkthrough. I'm going to use the ECT nose case. I'm going to load this patient, and we'll see that once this patient loads, I have a couple parts that I can order or generate reports for. So we see that we have a bolus and we have a electron aperture for this particular patient, okay, associated with this plan. So if I want to generate reports to kind of store some information about this patient, we can go to the reports wizard, which is accessible here in the control bar. And then we select the parts that we want to create reports for. In this case, I want to see reports for both. And then we select whether or not we want to open these reports when they're finished. Whether we open them or not, the reports are saved in a specific directory within P.D. If you want to change where those reports are saved, what directory, you go to the P.D planning menu, go to the settings option, and you'll see in the general tab there is a report directory where those reports are saved by default. So if you would like to change the default location for reports, you can click browse to save that option. Okay. Now, go back to our generate reports. I want to actually view these reports. So we'll see that we have a report for our bolus part. We see that we have a picture of the top of the bolus, and this picture is color-coded by the thickness or the height of the bolus at the different locations. Sorry, it's the actual height of the bolus at the different surface locations. So we see up at the top, that's going to be the top of our bolus. It's a light blue. As the surface gets lower and lower, the color gets darker and darker. We see kind of contour lines around the areas of constant height within our bolus. So we get a general shape of the bolus in this report, as well as some information about the bolus, the patient information. We get some information about the size of our bolus, the thickness of the bolus at the CAX, the material, and the ID used for the bolus. We get the machine that was used to create the bolus within P.D, and we get some basic beam information that came from the DICOM file. So you can use this information to for your own record keeping and store, so you have a record of all the parts you've ordered with dot decimal and what to expect when those parts arrive at your facility. For the electron aperture that we ordered, we see the outside shape of the aperture along with the inside cutout shape and a crosshair so we can denote the isocenter location for this part. Okay, this might not be the actual shape of your electron apertures on the outside because this is a generic sketch for all the different types of electron apertures that are out there. You might have chamfered or rounded corners on your electron aperture depending on your particular linear accelerator. Okay, but the inside shape is the actual part that you ordered, and the isocenter is in the correct position relative to that inside contour. Again, we have patient information, we have part information, ID and material type, we have the machine construction information, and then the basic DICOM beam information as well. Okay, so these types of reports are available for all P.D parts and can be accessed again just by clicking Generate Reports from our control bar menu.